turn this on. I think I'm around. Happy Friday, guys. Happy Finance Friday. Happy Finance Friday. I hope you are all feeling amazing. I hope you all are thankful for being awoken this morning, thanking God. Whatever God it is you pray to, you better thank Him. Guys, first and foremost, um, let's have some practice more gratitude. I want to say I'm just thankful. I'm really blessed. Life is good. No complaining, no excuses. Push through the pain and get the work done. A lot of people were dealing with a lot of hidden pain. Push through the pain and get the work done. It'll be another amazing day that you don't even know how you're going to push through or work it out. But when you are a believer, you have to be a believer. You have to be a believer. A lot of people are secretly, silently dealing with a lot of things. And I'm here to reassure you that nobody's perfect. And, we're not playing victim, but every day we're going to get up and make it do what it do. Because you have to, you don't have a choice. So happy Friday. I am your girl, Finance Muslima. I am your licensed life insurance agent in the states of Pennsylvania, Georgia, Connecticut, North Carolina. Yeah, so I'm your financial coach. I'm all things mindset and money. If you've been following me for around a while, if you've been around and you know my story coming from selling cake out the trunk of my car to ending up in this finance game, it has been a beautiful, amazing, struggling, very disciplined, but hard, but very well worth it journey. Yes. So I am your girl, all things mindset and money. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, and the reason that I decided to start doing these lives is because I really have a lot of proven results of helping people in various different states. I am also very well at being a connector. I connect people in a lot of different ways. People hit me up from all different places, like they need this, they need that, and I guide them in the direction. That's the beautiful thing of guys leveraging relationships. Leveraging relationships. If somebody hit me up in Philly, they need credit restoration, they need this, they need that. If it's something that I don't know, if it's something that I don't do, if they need taxes, whatever the case may be, I am a connector. I love to bless other women. Why not? If that's not my area, it's not my area. I'll guide that person to what it is they need done. So again, I am the girl Finance Muslima. If you did not, or if you are not on the email list and you didn't receive the freebie Fridays this morning, you can stay connected and get on the website www.faithfamilyfinance.co and make sure you're getting those freebies. Lots of freebies coming through. Why do I do it? Because I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. You guys been holding me down. So if you're not on the email list and you didn't get that freebie Friday, click the link in the bio, go to the website, subscribe to the emails, scroll down and find you one of those freebies and get you some finance things to get you rolling. www.faithfamilyfinance.co. What I want to talk about today is so last night I had a conversation on the phone with one of my good friends in Philly, and the conversation was weighing on me, and it was a really dope conversation that's not being had, and I feel like it needs to be had, especially in our Black community. And I woke up this morning after I did my prayers, and it was weighing on me, and I was like, I really want to talk about this today because there's some people out here that need to have this conversation. They need to hear these things. They're not having the conversation, and I'm going to talk about it. Y'all know your girl love to talk about what's not being talked about. Y'all love to be entertained, but y'all know y'all come over on this place, on my platform. I talk about the real. We tackle and we talk real business, um, spiritual, religious, personal development, mindset, money, leveling up, ways to get to the bag, building your business, all of that good stuff. But the actual strategy to it, not just talking about it, providing a solution per se. So I want to talk about forgiveness. I want to talk about forgiveness. It is the main thing that I feel like it's a huge, probably like 80% of the reason why a lot of people can't get to the next level because they're not forgiving others due to a lot of family trauma and different things coming up, carrying a lot of pain, holding a lot of grudges, whether it be from as a child or somebody you was friends with 5, 10 years ago, 6 months ago, like you still mad, like what are you mad for? Um, so yeah, I want to talk about forgiveness today. I want to give you guys the definition of forgiveness. And I'm 200% sure that you guys that's online right now, if you're on Facebook, feel free to use the private chat to connect. If you're on IG, you can drop some Q&A, and I'll answer you guys back. So first, I want to break down the definition of forgiveness. Right, forgiveness is giving up suffering from your past. Forgiveness is giving up suffering from your past and being willing and able to force yourself ahead, even when not having that closure a lot of times. So we tend to not be able to forgive because we feel like we don't have that closure that we need. But I'm here to tell you guys that all the time you're not going to get closure. If you feel like you need closure in order for you to move to the next level in your life, then that's something that you need to pray on. You need to go to your Lord, your God, whoever it is you believe in. You need to pray on it because whether it was something that you disconnected with your father at a young age, disconnected with your mother at a young age, you're holding so much pain and so much grudge on somebody that you was friends with and they don't support you, whether you got into a fight or argument with a family member and it's like, oh, I hate her guts, it's still your family. Listen, when you carry that pain and them grudges and all of that, carry all of that stuff like real heavy on you, if you feel like the only way for you to get to the next level is to have closure, then I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going to forever, you're not never going to be able to reach the peak in your life that's your highest potential because you're waiting on closure from a situation from a person that is not even looking to give you closure. You have to give your own self closure. So if you're not strong enough to be able to do that and be able to move on, then you're going to forever carry all of this pain and it hurts and it's heavy. So the longer you carry this pain, the pain of whatever happened to you, the pain of what didn't happen to you, you feel like people owe you. Like a lot of y'all, like, I even had to dig myself with that before. Like, it's like I had to get to the point in my life where I don't expect anybody to do anything. It's a hard place to get to. You get to that place over time, over years. That's not something that you wake up and you just there, right? You have to constantly work on it. When you have such high expectations of other people to contribute or to play this role in your life and they don't come through for you, that's like now you like let down. You're dealing with emotions a lot, right? But I was listening to something this morning too that was, heavy on my mind. And it was like, we hold expectations so high of other people, but we never hold to our expectations of ourselves. We don't even set expectations for ourselves. We don't even set goals the way we're supposed to. I'm always on here talking about dream big, make goals, always keep a journal. You have to write down your life in order to manifest it. You need to see the vision. We don't even do the small things of being able to stick to writing down our weekly budget and knowing our numbers to get to the next level and really reach our fullest potential, right? If you don't even do that and hold yourself accountable, you need somebody else to hold you accountable. How can you get mad when somebody else don't pull through of what you expected them to do? The expectation, I feel, is the number one thing that messes us up. And you know, looking for closure a lot in a lot of different situations. Me personally, coming up from my childhood, like I know I'm not going to get closure from my mom for a lot of different things, right? So I'm 37 years old. What I'm gonna be keep what I'm gonna play victim until I'm 50 years old? Like, oh, I'm looking for this closure. I need to have this closure before we can build a relationship. No, we cool. It is what it is. That's my mother. I have to play the role as her child and do the necessary, right? The Quran tells us to do that. You have to obey and be there for your parents, right, regardless of what. So how do you do those things if you consistently looking for closure? It's hurtful. It's a hurtful thing. Yes, we do want it, but you need to build your strength up and build yourself up to a space where you create your own closure with yourself. If you need to go to therapy, it's an amazing thing. I love therapy, right? Love spending my money on therapy. You have to get in a place where you have to be willing and able to do the necessary to take control of your own life. Walking around with all that pain and that grudge, listen, you're gonna be old as hell trying to figure out, oh well, why this and why that. I stopped trying to figure out. There's no need to try to figure it out. What you need to do is grasp where you're at right now, learn to block out the noise from life. Y'all be, you can't focus so much on your life and your goals because y'all doing too much, trying to do too much, right? You need to learn how to focus. When you focus and you're able to strip down and you block out the noise from life, that's when you start to manifest goals that you have written down. That's when, oh, I don't have the time. That's when you have the time because I don't make time for anything else but to be relentless on my life and my goals. So what's important to you, you will do. So I want to tell you guys that if you're in a space, I love to be realistic. I like to be transparent because I got to be real, and I'm always real, right? So if you're a person that you growing up from the trauma from a childhood, you got some personal things going on in your life, something that happened 8, 10, 7, 6 years ago, you cannot reach your fullest potential until you let it go. Seek clarity with yourself. Go to your Lord. Go to your God. Pray. Go to therapy. Get you a coach. Focus your energy on the other things that's going to help you differ and surpass. And guess what? People will be looking like, wow, like y'all afraid of that too. What other people want to say when you start to do different things and when you start to level up. If you're afraid of that, then you're not ready. It's not your time. Because if you can't handle the smallest thing of judgment from another people, you're not ready to wake up every day and tackle the wolves and tackle the masses. Like, every day is always critical judgment and people going to have things to say. If you're not ready for that small thing, then you're not ready for what it really takes because it's a lot. So I want to encourage you guys if you have some things on your mind, anything that's been weighing big on your heart, get into a forgiveness mode. Learn how to forgive. If that person isn't mature enough to have a conversation with you, or they're just not there yet, that's fine. Can you focus on you? And help yourself get better with the situation. Don't worry about what they doing or what they didn't do. I feel like we spend a lot of time doing that because I know I used to. Way too much time doing that. I had to stop doing that. And my therapist is like, yeah, get back into you, get into yourself. When you build yourself up so high to a certain level and you start vibrating on a higher frequency of that person and all of these people and all of this stuff from your past, it don't even bother you no more because you're so past it. You have to get to a point where you get past it and it doesn't bother you. And listen, Us ladies, yes, we go through a lot, but men deal with a lot of trauma too. I personally know men that go to therapists, and it is a lifestyle for them as well. Men deal with a lot of trauma. You have men out here that hop through women, always with another woman, in and out of relationship, or not even relationships. It might just be a sex fling, right? Men jumping from woman to woman to woman. A lot of men deal with trauma, whether it be from issues of them growing up in their childhood, not having a mom around, dad never taught them how to be a man. He may not even know how to treat a woman. And at a certain age, yes, we are accountable. You can't be out here 30 years old talking about your daddy teach you what to do. Listen, dog, you grown. It's time to man up and know what it is you're supposed to be doing, because the bottom line is you know what's right is right and you know what's wrong is wrong. But we use that excuse of what our parents or what didn't happen 20, 10, 30 years ago. You blame it on that because you want to do dumb stuff, and you want to be a whore, or you want to just do what you want to do. So in your mind, you're mentally blaming it on the fact of, all of these people and things from so long ago. Like, dog, bro, it's like it's old. When do we get to a point where we take accountability for our own life? Women are not the only one that go through trauma or need therapists. Men need therapists, and men go through things as well. You have to seek forgiveness in order for you to get to the next level. And I say this to say, we're always talking about money goals. We're talking about, I come on here and give out so much tips. I give out so many resources to y'all. I give y'all so much game on money management, budgeting, how to build wealth from life insurance, right? I give y'all so much stuff, and you may be sitting wondering like, why are these things not working? It's not working because you're not ready for it. You're not ready for that next level of your life because you haven't let go of the past. You're still wondering why you ain't get a closure conversation from something that happened 10 years ago. So you're not ready. Learn to forgive in order to create that space within yourself. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something real deep, right? When you learn to forgive, you learn to, when you learn to forgive, you will create a whole new space that will allow you to think different. You'll be more creative. You'll be more focused. You can see opportunity better, and you have a clear vision on your life. You are just put like, when you learn to forgive, you put your whole life in a total different situation you wasn't in before. You get to see life better and clear, because when you haven't forgiven, you have this side of your brain that's like shut down to a certain extent, and then you have another side of your brain that's like, oh, I really want it, I'm gonna do this, oh, I can't do it, and then the other side is just flatline, right? It's dead. So how do you function off of so much going on? It's too much going on. You got to let go, figure out a way to recreate that pain into peace. And I say that all the time. Turn pain into paychecks. And, money may not be everything, but the bottom line is find something to focus on to get away from that pain, whether it be religion, whether it be focusing on your children's legacy, your family, building your empire, building your company up, building more companies, investing more, creating more businesses, whatever that may be. Do that thing and focus on it. Turn all of that pain and all of that stuff you feeling into that thing that you love to do. And that's how people, you can make yourself a millionaire just by doing that. I know people who have done it. And I can tell you personally, from my personal experience, I do it. I've done it, and I still do it every day. We all deal with a lot of pain. I got things that I'm dealing with, right? But I'm telling y'all this, and I'm having this conversation because I personally do it. I lost my godmother that died, that raised me. Like, that was my mom. Like, yo, I was looking for what was next in my life? I started selling cake out of my car 11 years ago. That's how I got on this journey and been nonstop and relentless since. So that was pain for me. Even back then, 11 years ago, like even back then with losing heart, I was trying to figure out how to shift the pain. And I just started doing different things. I'm looking for ways to release the pain, like block it out, not really run from it, but I'm trying to not let it I'm trying to not let it overwhelm me. And at the same time, I'm really trying to figure out, okay, what's next in life? Who am I? I got to figure some things out. So even for me personally, back then, 11 years ago, that was shifting pain into something else, redirecting it into a positive, redirecting the pain into try to figure out who you are and really what you're doing. So I encourage you guys to do that. Like until you are able to get that level of forgiveness and let up on all of that old stuff and all these old grudges and all these old conversations and all this stuff, like it's old. It's time to create a new you. And creating the new you, that's when all of the magic happens. We have these finance conversations and I have one-on-one coaching and me and my girls, we when we travel or we get together and we talk all these things, right? It's just always new and fun and it's so dope, right? And then people are always like, how do you do this? How do you do that? They ask you all these how questions, right? I'm on podcasts or panels or I do IG lives and all of these things, right? People are like, how do you do? How do you do? You have to let go of the demons and the things that you're personally dealing with inside. And that's when all of the magic happens. That's when you're able to open your mind to have this finance conversation and what it takes for you personally to get to the next level. Because until you release all of that pain and those things that you're fighting and dealing with, you don't have enough room to tackle this money conversation. We have one other last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about coming from forgiveness and then um, realistically facing a lot of financial anxiety in the Black community. Like, we really deal with a lot of financial anxiety in the Black community. Not just us. I'm not talking about our counterparts. Everybody do, but I'm talking about us. We deal with a lot of financial anxiety. You don't talk about it. You don't tell people. You won't admit it. But yes, you have financial anxiety when you're stressing, when you're living check to check, when your kids need stuff and you don't have the money, when your friends are going places and you can't afford to go, when you want material things and you go pick up a weekend job to have those things because they make you feel so much better inside at the moment. Yes, we deal with financial anxiety. When you're low key telling your friends, like, I'm not going here, or you say, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, but you never tell them the reason why, but you know that you're broke. You know you're broke. And I personally know that because I've been through it again as well. I talk about nothing of what I've experienced personally. The financial anxiety in the Black community is real and it needs to be addressed. Why don't we talk about or discuss money with our family and friends at the table? Why can't I have a conversation with my aunt or my sister or, with my brother or, with my father? All of these things. What is your personal relationship with your family is about money? Sometimes we just can't even talk to our family about money. They don't want to join us in no business ventures. They don't want to get into anything with us, right? Everybody thinks somebody want to get over on them and all that kind of stuff. Our counterparts, like, yo, they've been doing it since day one. They've partnerships in their companies with their 7 and 8 year old kids. We can't do it because our mentality is ignorant and it's different to what we don't know. And we just don't know no better because we haven't been exposed to it at such a young age like our counterparts have. So when you've been exposed to something at a young age, coming up, that's just all you know. If you haven't been exposed to it and then you get exposed to something at 15, you get exposed to something at 20 years old, you just getting exposed to something new at 30 years old, you don't know how to grasp that conversation because it's new to you. And you feel like because haven't been doing it for the last 2 to 3 decades, that is different and you don't want to do it and you're afraid to do it because you don't see nobody else doing it. The financial anxiety that we have in the Black community is number one, fear of what people will say. Number two is the lack of support. It's the lack of education. It's self-doubt. Is wanting to do what society portrays instead of just being yourself. We want to appear more than what we are. We are happy with looking good versus really being good in the bank, versus really being good with assets. We love that kind of stuff because we're with whatever we could take a picture with to get some type of attention or control. We love that, and then your back end sucks. You really have nothing, and then when you're offline, you're this total different person. When you go to bed at night, you're in that dark place when you're with yourself, and you're like, damn, what's really been going on? You've been living for the people for too long. We're afraid to say old habits have us in our comfort zone. Yes, they do. We are wanting to do what our parents did. You know, the bottom line is if you're not willing and able to adjust to the new, you can't operate what was happening 30, 40 years ago and what our parents did in the 60s and the 70s, right? We don't live in that time no more. And then all we know is what we saw our parents do. All we know is what we had coming up. So if you have parents that was really into different holidays, they live for Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, they live for Halloween, Easter, all of this stuff, right? That's all you're going to know to teach your children because that's all you know until you break the cycle, which is fine if that's your thing and you're into your different holidays and so forth. Do your thing. But my whole thing is teach your kids something else. Don't go broke trying to do these generational things that you've seen done and then you don't even know why you're doing it. You don't even know. It's stuff that's put into the universe. It's put so deep in our mind in the black community that we have to do all of these things. And guess what it does? It keep us broke. It keep us with poverty mindset because we chasing every holiday. Every time you turn around, it's something. Oh, I gotta get this. I gotta do that. My kids need this. Why I have to do it? Oh, because everybody else doing it. So if you're consistently following that same thing, you're doing nothing but passing down generational curses. Financial anxiety in the black community. I'm gonna go through it again. You're afraid of what people want to say. You have lack of support. The lack of education makes us ignorant to different things. When you don't prioritize to learn, you can't sit in a room and have a conversation with other people because you don't have education in it. The self doubt that you have, and then what society portrays us to be. Let somebody bring up a conversation about reality TV shows or celebrities. Y'all gonna go back and forth on a post for 2, 3 days, and I've seen it, and it's crazy. Come on this post and let's have a conversation about money. Let's see how long that go. Come on this post and let's have a conversation about personal development. What goals we set in this week? Where we lacking at? What areas we need help? Let's be open and realistic with ourselves and be able and know and understand where it is we lack and what we need. Stop worrying about what people going to say. Come on the post and have a real conversation. And until you reach that point, when you're able to be real with yourself, you're not going to be able to reach the next level, whether it be personally, religiously, financially. You're not going to be able to reach it because you're not ready. So I had this thing of forgiveness on my mind since last night, and I wanted to have a conversation with you guys. I hope this conversation helped a lot of you. If it helped you, drop a comment and let me know how it helped you. And I'm always putting myself on the forefront and giving out my personal experience and my personal life pain and all of these things because I know it be people on the other line listening that they going through it too as well, but they're just afraid to say. I'm not afraid to say because I'm blessed. I'm happy. I'm not carrying around so much luggage of pain. I have certain things that I deal with. I'm not saying I'm pain free, but it ain't as heavy as it used to be. And I know how to block it. I know how to deal with it. So I want to encourage you guys if anything that you have to forgive for any one person or things that's going on in your personal life, I highly hope that this was enough inspiration for you guys to get it done. Get over it. Push through it. Forgive those people. Even if you can't have a conversation, forgive, 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 forgive. Allah loves it. Allah forgives us. He never makes us suffer forever for things that we did. We're able to repent. We make dua. We ask consistently, ask for forgiveness. If our Lord can do this for us, then so can you for another human being. If you haven't subscribed to the website, go to www.faithfamilyfinance.co. Get you some freebies. I just dropped another new product on there, which is a guide to help you guys literally step by step, strategy through strategy of how to make extra money from home, and why that's always a thing, because we even have business owners out here that's not profiting off of their business. And sometimes we just need that one thing that's going to generate that money while we consistently work on what the end target is, which is what we're passionate in. But sometimes it don't bring that income in right away. And we want you to be realistic about that. Find you something else that's going to keep that cash flow coming through to consistently fuel in that longevity dream. And then just knowing how to multiply the bags. I broke down a strategy of your profit and money, what you do, and how you do it, and how you make it, and how you flip it, and step by step I broke all that stuff down, and I broke down to you guys really what it is that I do and how I do it, and what's been able to help me, and it really works, and it helps my clients as well. So also too, this is the last day for so what's today? Today is the 26th. So let's see. Today is the 26th. So I said we have 2 more days, because the 28th at midnight, the one-on-one financial plan at $300. I cut it in half for Black History Month for the month of February. I said I was doing it for 150. So I did open. No, I didn't open no more spots. I probably got about 2 more left, because I had a max number of spots I was doing for the month, because I didn't want to overwhelm myself for the month of March. Um, so yeah, you have 2 more days for that, and I literally have like 2 more spots that I'm willing to accept. And all you guys that book your spots, you guys that's been doing your free 30-day strategy calls, I have been having an amazing time this month meeting and talking to so many dope women. And as always, you guys have been amazing to me. So I always want to say thank you for that. If you need that one-on-one financial planning coaching, make sure you go to the website and lock it in. You have 2 more days. I'm closing it on the 28th at midnight. That's going to be it. And it's literally probably like just 2 more people I'm going to take. And the appointments, they will be scheduled in March. So www.faithfamilyfinance.co. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. Have some fun, live your life, celebrate, but don't forget to keep the money goals on your mind. Don't forget to keep your money goals the first to the forefront, because the longevity goals is really what matter, not a perfect time for the weekend. Okay? So I love you guys. Have fun.